Hey guys, I'm Marcel again with another interview with sOAZ, and I don't think we can ask a better person for OG from OG in terms of like the coaching situation, because the recent coach stepped down and Paco actually had to step in for you guys. What's your comment on that situation?
It was pretty normal for us to like separate from like the coach that we had. Um, since like 2 weeks, a bit more than this, we're working with the analyst, so we are pretty much doing the same as what we did with Ducky at the time. First, when we started with Ducky, it was more like an analyst, and we felt like it was the thing that worked the best for us. Like having an analyst guy and working together with the information that the analyst guy give us, and then we just work around it and do what we feel is the best for us. So, I mean, yeah, we are just trying this again, basically.
So, going by the game, you played Splyce actually, and that game seemed to be like a lot more controlled, somewhat in your favor, even when it was a slow game. Does it have to do something maybe with like xPeke helping out in that week and really buckling down, or is it just because you played like a weaker team on paper?
Um, we try something different this week in terms of practicing. We try to practice a bit more GP, because in like the past month or something it was like always banned. So for example, Vitality was like, yeah, I, I think it was Vitality, like, let's leave GP open because people most likely don't have much practice on it because it's always banned in scrims. So you can't really practice it. And in solo queue, it's like really often banned. So you can't really practice this champion. So yeah, we try to do some kind of ban so we can practice GP like one game out of 2 or 3 or something like this. And yeah, about xPeke, he was still helping us like even when we had a coach, but he's helping us a bit more now, like watching a bit more in the general. Before he was helping more power, so he was trying to give advice to power in particular and stuff like this. Now he's trying to watch more like the game in general and try to give us advice in like either picks and bans, either like what we could have done in the game that we didn't see, things like this.
So it's week 5 at LCS. You pretty much played all teams already, and it's halftime. You guys had a pretty weak start to the split, I would say, with like a few losses. Do you think you improved over this half of the split fast enough to like be a top 3 contender again?
Um, I wouldn't say like top 3 yet. I think we are uh, getting better overall. Like probably at the same flow as like most like top mid, but still things that are like still like the top teams are like improving as well. They're still like have a lead uh, against us, but I think if we manage to like do better in like our mid game calling, like putting the good member at like a good position, stuff like this. Like I think this game was like pretty good overall. Like having like how we should play the game. We had like good members in good lanes, I believe. Like GP being middle because I cannot really go on side lanes against what they have. Um, Ari being bottom and split pushing with Tristana. Like just having good communication. Still, we still have to work a lot on that because we still have like this old mindset of like how to play the game. So we still like need to adapt in terms of like our calls or to play in this like patch actually.
All right, so I know that every player receives their fair share of criticism, and you are like under a target again. I mean, how do you deal with it? Do you think that affects your play in any way, or is it just like by now it just I mean, you deal with it like on a yearly basis around Worlds. Is it just hater? You ignore them, or what are you gonna do actually to overcome that?
I don't think it affects my play at all. I think it affects my mood though, and you can see it on Twitter. Sometimes I will be like kind of pissed out like some stuff. It affects my mood, but as soon as like we start playing as a team or whatever, and we start talking about the game, it doesn't really affect like the way I play or I will communicate stuff in game or stuff like this. But yeah, I agree it can definitely like affect my mood or like let me like say things on Twitter or whatever, you know.
So fair enough. Of course, moving forward, you always talk about like we have to improve this and this and this. Do you actually think it's just time, or maybe do you think that xPeke actually needs to come in and play again with you guys? Because to be fair, like with Power of Evil, there's like it's like a shaky performance, right? And you even said it. And last week we had an interview with Mithy, I think, where he said the same thing pretty much.
I think it's like everything, like as soon as something like, you know, like you're ex-pro player, right? You're still,
I'm still playing, by the way.
yeah, okay. No, but you need like something to click in your team, right? Like even if like one or two players like think that they know to play the game, you like something need to click with the three other players as well, so they can like play really well together and like make things happen in the game, right? So I think like each individual in the team know to play the game, but we still need to like kind of click and yeah, because early game, like we know how to play the game I think in like most scenarios you can make in like either lane swap, like yeah, or to play lane swap or to play like the 1v1 in general, stuff like this. But most of the time we are gonna have problem as soon as the lane swap is done or something like this. So we need to work on like the mid game, and yeah, this needs to click as soon as possible, I guess.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. As always, very pleasant to interview you. And thank you so much for watching the interview. We have more coverage at thescore esports.com. Make sure to check it out and see you next time.